Shabbat Shalom, family. Shabbat Shalom. Glad you're all here. Thank you, Loveline. Thank you so much. All right. We're going to get into probably a video some of you have seen already, which I think is hilarious. Esau think he can request his birthright back. Well, he's going to be in for a rude awakening because he ain't getting shit back. Period. All right, so we'll give people some more time to come on in. Let's see here. All right, we're going to give people some more time to come on in. Let's play some music. Shabbat Shalom, family. I'm glad you're all here. Now, before we get started, is there anyone that wants to come on the panel with me? I'm going to put my email here. And if you are interested in being on the panel, drop me an email and I will send you the link to come and join me. But I am glad you are all here. And we're going to discuss a video that came out this week of Esau asking for his birthright back. So if you haven't seen the video, I will be showing it shortly. But again, use that email address that I just posted, and I will send you the link. All right, let's see what we have here. All right, KD, check your email. All right, and Anthony, check your email. I got you. All right, is there anyone else? Please drop me an email. I'm giving you a few minutes to do so. All right. All right, let me know if you, hi, KD, what's up? Shabbat Shalom, KD.
Shabbat Shalom, Lisa. How you doing tonight?
All right, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
Oh, good. I hope you still have all your teeth.
Oh, I got all of mine. I'm not sure about Edomite boy, but I got all mine.
So do I, KD. Shabbat Shalom, Anthony.
All mine.
Shalom, sis. All praise to the Most High.
All praises to the Most High. All right, y'all. All right, anyone else want to join the panel? Anyone else? All right. I'm going to post my email one more time. Okay. All right, and that's for anyone else that wants to join the panel. Please drop me an email, and I will send you the link. Okay. Now, many of you already know the story of Jacob and Esau. Now, you know their parents, and it was not unusual for Hebrew parents to favor one child over another. And we see this all throughout the Bible, even with the 12 tribes. Jacob, he favored Joseph. And you saw, the story between Esau was favored by Isaac. All right. So these things happened all the time. But, although Isaac was a righteous man, it doesn't mean the child that he favored was in favor with the Most High. As we know, Esau was not. Waking and rising, thank you very much. Which we know Esau was not favored in the eyes of the Most High, although he was favored in the eyes of Isaac and he was considered righteous. So, you know, we may favor a person, but that doesn't necessarily mean the Most High will. And we saw that in the story of, you know, with Jacob and Esau. KD and Anthony, did you get a chance to view the video that came out this week?
Which one in particular, Lisa?
On the Edomite that was asking for his birthright back?
Oh yes,
yes,
I saw that one. That was
in my life. That was so funny.
Yeah.
Anthony, that was so hilarious. I had to laugh twice, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think a lot of people.
He lost his birthright and he lost the first blessing because he couldn't get the first blessing.
And funny thing, Anthony, that was off of red meat. He wanted some red meat.
Pottage. That's right. A bowl of pottage.
A mere morsel of it at that.
Yeah. A bowl of red pottage. He gave up his birthright for something so cheap. And you know, the Most High regards that birthright as something special, especially the first child. And you threw it away for something so remedial like a pot of food. I mean, a little bowl of food. Come on, man.
That meant he didn't have no faith.
Well, yeah, you know, and he was so opposite of everything that Jacob was. You know, Esau, just his whole spirit was different. And, you know, and it just goes back to when the Most High told Rebekah, you have two nations in your womb. They could not have been so opposite when you read about them in scripture.
We were never made to get along with them, right. Ever, from conception until now.
That's why they were even fighting in the womb. If you remember, they were warring with each other inside of Rebekah's womb. You know, we can't forget that. That is real. That is real. And we have not gotten along for thousands of years. This didn't start with chattel slavery. It actually started long before now. Long before now. And, you know, tomorrow we'll be getting into the book of Maccabees, and you'll see why. It really tells a lot of truth about these people. Okay. Thank you, U.S. Michael. Thank you so much. All right. If you haven't seen this video, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and I'm going to show this to you now. All right.
This is so hilarious, man.
Well, you know what? We're going to see Esau doing a lot of things that we didn't think we would see, but we are witness to it now. All right, y'all. All right, let me know if you can see my screen. Please give me a 1. If you can see my screen, give me a 1. Great. All right. All right, y'all. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I got to put my video on full screen here. All right.
Hello, everyone, and hello, God. This is Daniel Mayo. Hello, Jesus. This is Daniel Mayo. I have an announcement to make that I should have been doing all this time, but I didn't know that I had to do it. So basically, here it goes. Jesus, I want my birthright back because I'm a descendant of Esau. I am a descendant of Edomites that rejected their birthright. So I will do anything that you want me to do, that you demand me to do to get my birthright back. All right, Jesus? All right. And this is a short video, okay? I'll be done now, okay? Bye.
First of all, that was the worst prayer I have ever heard in my life. Okay, that was terrible. if you were going to ask for your birthright back, thank you, Anthony. Is that the way to really ask for it? Okay. Now, I don't mean no harm, y'all. I don't mean no harm. Doesn't he sound like he got Down syndrome?
He don't even have no level of supplication in his shit. He just lost his motherfucking.
Let me tell you something. That prayer had no spirit in it. I mean, am I lying?
You're killing me.
Am I lying? That prayer had no spirit in it whatsoever. That was the deadest prayer I ever heard in my life.
Not only he did have no spirit, I mean, he is the perfect recollection of what Esau really is. A soulless person.
When I first heard that shit, I fell the fuck off.
I mean, it's like, but it's like, you know, this is what we expect from them.
I mean, an ashtray on that.
It's like, Anthony, ain't no way in hell these fuckers are the salt of the earth. Ain't no way. I mean, for them to be the salt of the earth and be so flat like that, I mean, no spirit in the prayer, no love within the prayer, no seasoning in the prayer whatsoever.
I think it would. Y'all do not listen to that motherfucker.
He ain't listening. I really believe he have turned them off and stopped listening to them a long time ago. You know, but yeah, that prayer had nothing in it. I wasn't even moved by that, if that's what you want to call it. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I mean, just asking the creator for that. I mean, he's not gonna listen to that. Ain't no way he's gonna listen to that.
No. I guess that was his high IQ prayer. It fell flat.
Oh, it's high IQ, all right.
and the sad part about it is the Bible ain't their book. They took our word into their mouth and they didn't even follow the damn commandments.
But wait a minute, Anthony. We get to torture them when they get up there. We get to torture. You know, it's one part of the prayer that he is gonna get answered though. He's gonna come up and be our bitch.
I'm a Willie Lynch with that.
Yeah, you know what, Anthony? I would welcome him to be our bitch. I mean, we could torture him for 1,000 years. I would love that.
All right, y'all. We're gonna watch that one more time. We're gonna watch it one more time. We're gonna watch it one more time.
Lisa, why are you torturing us like that?
Hey, this is fun. I mean, hey, did you ever think we were going to see something like this in our last day? I got a couple of other videos.
That shit got me teary-eyed. I'm laughing so damn hard.
Yeah. Oh, I might have X'd out of it. Let me go pull it back up. Esau. Okay, I got it. Earth.
Boy, True Raw wouldn't have been able to hold it together if she was here, boy.
No, I mean, this is the most, you know, he's asking for something that he just simply cannot have. And not only that, didn't the Most High already choose Jacob? So, and we know the Most High don't change his mind. Where is it? I played
Katie, Lisa and Katie, this was a setup from the get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, but come on, Anthony. I mean, the fact that we were chosen in the first place to even put it in their hands, I mean, I don't think the creator would do that.
Esau is a descendant of Cain. He's a murderer.
I mean, straight evil. Psalms 58:3.
I want my birthright back. I want my birthright back. Oh my goodness. I just can't believe that. But now I can't find it, and it's not in my history. All right. I'm not worried about it. Well, anyway, y'all, that had me cracking up when I first saw it. Let me see. Somebody, hold on. Let me see something. Somebody actually sent this to me. I might be able to pull it up this way.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I've dropped out accidentally. I hit the wrong button here.
Okay. No, you're fine. I can hear you. More than one P resolution. I guess they think.
Yeah, them dogs barking about Esau over here.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, my neighbors have like dogs and cats, and you know how they are.
That's a good warning system right there.
True, but it's annoying when, especially if I'm in the middle of a video and they come out on the porch, then that's all you hear, you know. That's all you hear is them barking.
Oh, they must see Esau coming.
Yeah, they must. All right, that's too far back. So where's the damn video? No. All right, well, yeah, it was here and now it's gone. So who knows? But you got to see it. That's the bottom line. And we're going to talk about also, thank you, Shebrew. Thank you, Tuda Rabah. We're going to also talk about the last days, because everything is about to turn up on Esau. And it is turning up. I want y'all to see something that I actually did a video on this that's coming out tomorrow. Okay, Australia, you know, they're in their summer right now, right? For 28 straight days, their temperature has been above 104 degrees for 28 days in a row. Okay. And just this past Thursday, they reached 120 degrees in Australia. So, you know, they are frying. These people are scorching. They are breaking record heat. I said, if this stuff happened in the US, these folks would be dead. All right. They would literally be dead if the temperatures went that high here. But you are starting to see the Most High turn it up on these folks, especially when you look at the recent tsunami that hit, you know?
I mean, I think it's just a recollection of Jeremiah 49:10, you know, making the enemy bare. And now with this black sun coming out, I mean, it is really torturing them. It's torturing their skin. It's fucking their face up. I mean, everything, Lisa.
Yeah. And remember, that sunscreen don't work past a certain temperature.
And they think they go get protected by that. That's so funny.
They strip butt naked and they getting burnt up.
Yeah.
They can kill Anthony.
Yeah. I mean, look, we go through 90 degrees, sometimes a few weeks of that, and they can't even handle that. So 104 degrees or above for 28 days in a row.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Now, someone had also asked me, you know, when exactly slavery began. I believe the date is August. You know, it was already here, but I guess you want to know officially when it went on record in writing. It was August 24th, 1619.
It was August 20th, 1619.
Okay, I thought it was the 24th. August 20th, 1619. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, once it gets past a certain temperature, there is all they're going to do is burn out there. They can't protect themselves, not in temperatures like that, you know? And it makes me wonder, is that what to come in the US? Is that what we're going to get? You never know. I mean, the earth is heating up. We've been hearing about that for years now.
And Moab, with his high IQ ass, think he can do it by spraying some damn chemicals over the. I'm like, you lost your mind.
Oh, but wait a minute. The Edomite Bill Gates, you know, the so-called billionaire, he wants to try to block the damn sun, Anthony.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to play basketball and try to block the sun. Good luck with that, Edomite.
There you go. Yep. Not happening. Not happening.
No, it's not happening. We know that ain't going to happen. That's wishful thinking on their part. But one thing I can honestly say, the changes are occurring fast. And don't forget, we got that upcoming blood moon. We're just weeks away from that super blood moon that's about to occur all over North America. So it doesn't matter where you live in North America, that blood moon is supposed to be visible to everyone. And blood moons are an indicator of change, right? And we saw what happened in the stock market as well. We saw that information come to pass just recently. You know, their dollar is really struggling.
Yeah, and I want to speak on that a little bit, because previously, before that period, it was being rejected around the world, you know, by first Iran, Russia, Venezuela. I even believe that Zimbabwe tried to go back to their own currency. I mean, the fact that the dollar, as worthless as it is being rejected around the world, and now you're seeing the stock market plummet 1,000 points, because previously it also plummeted like I think around 800 points somewhere in October. Yeah. You know, I mean, it just goes to show you that the dollar is really in horrible shape.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And the thing is, there's a lot of people that prefer the Chinese yuan, you know, which is backed by gold.
Yeah, particularly talking about the petro yuan, you know.
Yeah. Go ahead, Anthony.
I'm looking for 2 words: peace and security. And sometime after that, kaboom.
Well, the thing about the petro yuan, yes, it may be backed by gold, but they also got an issue with these gold cities as well. And I paid attention to a couple of your other previous videos, Lisa, when it came to them selling debt to Africa, trying to bury debt with Africa. That whole passive aggressive tactic they have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Now, there were quite a few people that responded to that Esau asking for his birthright back in videos. And I got one that I think is pretty good. And I'm going to go ahead and play that one.
Hello, everyone. Hello, God. This is Daniel Mail. Hello, Jesus. This is Daniel Mail. Hello, everyone. And hello, God.
Let's watch it. Let's watch it.
Hello, Jesus, this is Daniel Mail.
As you can see, this devil.
I have an announcement to make that I should have been doing all this time, but I didn't know that I had to do it. So basically, here it goes. Jesus, I want my birthright back because I'm a descendant of Esau. I am a descendant of Edomites that rejected their birthright. So I will do anything that you want me to do, that you demand me to do to get my birthright back. All right, Jesus, all right. And this is a short video, okay? I'll be there now, okay? Bye.
All right, so there go Esau, man. You know, crying for his birthright back. You know, as it said in the book of Hebrews. You know, Lord willing, the Spirit will lead me to get it. But we just gonna start with this one, man, because that's why in the title I got his in parentheses, man, because it was never this devil's anyway in the first place. So this is Romans the 9th chapter. This is Romans 9 and verse it's Romans 9 and I'll start at verse 9. Hey, stop. It's Romans 9 and 9. It says, for this is the word of promise, at this time will I come and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, right? For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth, man. You know? So it was already ordained in the spirit that Jacob would have that birthright, man. You know, it was already set up according to the will of Yahweh Ba'Sham Yahushai. This is 2nd Esdras, the 6th chapter, and the 1st verse. In 2nd Esdras 6 and 1, it says, and he said unto me in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or ever the winds blew, before it thundered and lightened, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid, before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named, or ever the chimneys in Zion were hot, and the present years were sought out, and or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned, before they were sealed that have gathered faith for a treasure, then did I consider these things, and they were all made through me alone and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. So the Lord thought about all this, man. You know, it was already predestined and preordained in the spirit that Jacob would have the birthright. You see?
And you know what? That's really significant because it just like it's been preordained that we would be chosen for this moment. So Esau can never have that birthright back, y'all. He can't have it back. There's no prayer.
They say it ain't his anyways. It never belonged to him.
Right. There's no prayer these devils can do that's going to give them a birthright back.
I believe it also says in Romans 9:13 or somewhere like that, like Jacob have I loved and Esau have I what? Hated.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and you know, when did the Most High say, oh, Esau's praying to me, I think I'll pick them? I don't think so.
Yeah, Lisa, I don't think I'll ever find that verse, ever.
You never will. You never will. But, you know, the birthright is really important, and birthrights has been taken away among the 12 tribes. Reuben, although he is the firstborn, Judah got the birthright. So, you know, we see this in other stories. So it's not always just given to the firstborn, you know, especially if that firstborn does a sin that's not forgivable, then, you know, they're out of luck as far as their birthright is concerned. Let me just see what you got here in the comment section. A Waffle House prayer. Y'all crazy.
Yeah, he did go to a few Waffle Houses. He definitely didn't follow the Lord's diet. I'll tell you that much.
I tell you what, if I had blinders on and could not see that video, I would have thought he had Down syndrome.
Now, Richard Pryor said, should have eaten all that pork.
I mean, he clearly violated. He violated the pig quite well there, Anthony.
Oh wow, no.
Say again, my brother.
I say he must have violated that pig quite well, Anthony. I mean, his cheekbones says it all.
Yeah, I think you're right on this one. But, you know, it's a lot of things.
You see the jowls on that, brother?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. You couldn't help but notice that. But one thing I can, we got to go through many things in these last days. Number one is going to be revealed who we are. Okay. And the people that are in the land right now calling themselves Jews, they got to get out of there. So that transition is going to be interesting. And, I had a couple of people say to me not long ago that how are we going to get out of here, especially if we don't have money? You got to remember, once the world knows who we are, it's going to be nations financing our trip back to our land. You're not going to have to worry about money. So that's going to be irrelevant once that time comes. But one thing we must talk about, as Esau starts falling, he's going to become more violent. And we're starting to see that in the stories. Now, I'm sure you guys all saw the story of the Edomite that kicked a one-year-old little black boy in the back while they were walking into a store.
Yes, I saw that on True Royal's channel. It was extremely disturbing.
Mm-hmm. I saw that and I would have shot the fuck out of that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was disturbing, but that is how low they will sink. They are in a desperate situation. And when you have someone in a desperate situation, they're going to be doing a lot of acting out in public, because we're already seeing it in the phone calls and all of the altercations that they're purposely starting with our people. All of that is about to get worse.
Well, I clearly expect Esau's hand to get a lot stronger, as is indicated in Numbers 20:20.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What the True Royal said, the Most High is fattening up for the kill.
Lisa, up here in Las Vegas, this one dude that the cops had arrested, he stabbed this woman in the neck while they was on the bus. And I was going like, damn.
Yeah, it's going to get worse.
Well, coming to think of it, Lisa, the enemy has been fattened up for so long. It has to be right for the kill right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And as we move forward, we all got to be careful. We are dealing with people in a very fragile state, So
Lisa, they're not gonna get strong. We're gonna always be stronger than them, and they just gonna end up getting their asses whooped messing around.
Well, but I'm not even worried because of divine hand. He's gonna do his job.
He's already doing it. You know what? I came across a story today that it was an increase in cops that got killed in 2018 by gunfire. That just came out today. Increased cops that were killed by gunfire in 2018. So, everything is working right now. There's so many things going on.
That's one of them EOEs, Esau on Esau.
Yeah, because most of the cop killers are them. It's not us. We're more likely to get killed unarmed.
Yeah.
But they are more likely to get killed by their own. And that's because they don't want to do nothing about them. The ones that are violent, they don't want to do shit. So really, they're causing their own demise. Nobody.
I just look at it as a classic case of judgment. You touch one of us, one of yours going to get touched too.
Isn't that true?
Man, every time they touch one of us, 5 or more of theirs get touched.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I look at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I noticed that too. It is definitely a pattern that we see.
It says right there in Revelations, the other part of Revelations 13:10, when it talks about when they killed by the sword, they're gonna get killed by the sword. And guess what's happening, Lisa? They're getting killed by their sword.
Is your modern day gun? Absolutely right. Yeah. you know. And not only that, look at the increase in mass shootings going on.
And like Tariq Reigns say, I feel nothing.
Mm-hmm. You know, there's a big increase in all of these shootings. And I did a story of, it was like 311 mass shootings.
It's 318 now.
18 now. That's ridiculous. So
but Anthony, you know what I call that? A celebration.
Yeah, the suicide.
Watch out.
Yeah, the suicides are up.
Every time I hear about it, I give all praises to the Most High.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. And the suicides are up. And we know the drug overdoses increase every single year. So 2018 is definitely going to produce more deaths than 2017. And, you know, it's going to get stronger. This stuff is going to increase because the activities in the heavens are going to increase next year. We're going to have more events happening in 2019 than 2018 and 2017.
This is the one time I'm actually going to praise Moabites, because they're helping to take our enemies out a lot faster with that fentanyl that they're sending over here. Yeah. That is the one time I'm going to praise them for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, while Moab is taking them out, they're still hating on us. So
hey, Moab is the tabernacles of Eden. This is like no honor among thieves.
That may be true, but only on one smaller chord. They're helping us out with the enemies. We all know what their fate is. They're done. They're done just as much as Edom, but I can't hate on the fact that they're taking out our enemies too. I gotta clap that.
Yeah. Yeah. And you also got a situation where, remember, if you remember, a lot of the other kingdoms that ruled at one time, they got taken out because at the very end, they went homosexual, if you remember. I'm going to show you a video that Dawa Yisrael put out today, and it is disgusting, but, you know, hold on. Let me see if I can pull that.
Yeah, they went buck dancing bootlicks on our side, too.
I definitely want y'all to see this. This is beyond disgusting. 11-year-old drag queen.
This is what white men want. White men want to see little boys dressed in drag. White men like this kind of shit. This is what white men are pushing. White folks are pushing this little 11-year-old so-called drag queen. 11 years old. He's 11 years old now. As you can see down here, it says he was 10 at the time. But this little boy here was dancing at a gay club in New York.
Oh, hold on. You can't see? Hold on. I'll get it. All right. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. All right. Let me know if you can see now. Can everybody see my screen? Can you see my screen? Give me a 1. Okay. All right, let's go on.
Dancing at a gay club in New York. In front of white men. Yep. Now, you know, when 11-year-old boys is dancing in club. Peace, brother. 11-year-old boys dancing in club where white men go and hang out. It's what they do. But they get mad when you bring it up. But this is what they do. Look at all these pictures they got of this little white boy. Look at all these pictures these hunkies have with this little bitty white boy. It's all right for this to be on the internet. It's all right. Look at that. White men and white women together have put this little boy here in drag. Make it a little bigger if I can. I don't know. I had it. All right, well, there we go. Right. You get the picture, right? This damn tablet, boy, I tell you. Anyway, y'all see, right? Now, what the hell do white men want with a little boy like that? White men have said that agape love is their highest spiritual form of love. Agape love was love between a man and a boy. It's the nature of the white man. I keep telling y'all that, but people keep thinking I'm just running my damn mouth. Man, what a damn, all right. People think I'm just running my damn mouth though, right? Now looky here now. The white man done gave the little boy to this fag right here. They don't mind. They don't mind him hanging out with this here semen demon, RuPaul, this faggot. They don't mind that. White men don't care. They like RuPaul, dusty, long, faggot ass. They like that. Got him hanging out with this little fella right here. RuPaul and the little 11-year-old drag queen. RuPaul meets Desmond is amazing. Look at that shit. RuPaul meets Desmond is amazing. What in the fuck is amazing about this? Please tell me. I really don't know. But y'all see that black drag queen? You saw him, right? Black folks don't give a damn about homosexuality, molestation, none of this madness, man. I keep trying to tell y'all. Look at how they blowing this boy up. Look at all the pics he got. There's RuPaul again. There's old RuPaul again. Let me go on and get in a little closer to that. You see old RuPaul dancing with an 11-year-old boy? You see these fags? I've been telling y'all, these goddamn fags need recruits. I've been telling y'all these fags need recruits. Look at this, look at this shit. They gotta have little boys because old booty get tired. They get tired of old booty. It get wore out quick. Old booty gets wore out. They need new booty to tear into. That's just the damn truth. People don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. The white man's a fag. And the white woman likes it too. Look at her. Look at the white woman now. We got to make sure we put the white woman in here too now. Come on, man. Really?
Okay. I'm going to skip it. I'm going to skip it ahead a little because you got to see this kid in this strip club. Hold on. Yeah, I think it's about here.
A small 11-year-old boy dressed in drag, dancing in front of a bunch of gay men, and then stripping off a dress to dance some more. And the patrons begin offering him dollar bills. They begin offering this little 11-year-old kid dollar bills. This is pedophilic. I mean, there's no other way to put it. This is absolutely pedophilic. The club apparently has no cell phone policy. One of the people who went there, this is not a rip on gay folks, by the way. This is a rip on this kid's parents and the patrons who decided that it was okay to hit on 11-year-old boys. And one of the patrons.
This is some sick ass shit.
On stage for Money at Night.
All right, y'all. You see that? You see that? You see what they're letting this little boy do at a strip club at 11 years old?
This is clearly a classic case of Psalms 58 and 3. I mean, how many times do people have to not wake up and see this? And this is why he tells us in Matthew 10 and 5 to not go in the way of these clowns, meaning the Gentiles.
On and on.
He tells us in Matthew 10 and 5 not to go the way to the Gentiles. These Gentiles are evil and sick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, and the thing is, y'all, his parents are allowing him to do this. I mean, come on, at 10 and 11.
Envy not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
Yeah. You know, we are headed in the way of this society making sleeping with animals and sleeping with children acceptable. It already is. I mean, look, whenever these teachers sleep with students, you see how they make light of it. They don't even want to punish these mainly white females. They don't want to punish them. Or they'll try to laugh it off because they're trying to desensitize you to it and make it acceptable.
You know something, Lisa? I'm at the same time, I'm happy, but I'm sad that I don't have children. And the reason I say it that way is because if somebody tried that shit with my child, I would end up killing an entire family because of that shit. Right? I have to nip the whole, you know, because that would be like somebody contaminating the rest of the free world with some bullshit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't handle it. That teacher would die. I find out where she lived. I kill her children, her mama, her daddy. They gotta go. I can't deal with no shit like that.
You gotta know the parents are promoting this because no 10 and 11-year-old can buy all them outfits and the makeup and you know what I mean? That is definitely the parents promoting that.
But I also have to counteract that with what Anthony said. I'm also glad that it is their parents doing this. Yes. Because we're all opening and finally seeing that this is the current path of what? This ain't the current path of Israelites. This is the current path of who? Gentiles.
Right. Well said. Well said.
Right. Exactly. You know, and it's a dead culture. You can't reproduce as a homosexual. Yeah, the parents are definitely promoting this. Like I said, at 10 and 11, you ain't even buying your own clothes. Most kids are not, the average child is not buying their own clothes. So their parents, you know, are buying him dresses and the makeup and the nail polish and everything that he's got on.
And I'm kind of glad it's really their parents that are really in dysfunction right now. The fact that Jeremiah 49:10 really made their asses bare, now they're going haywire. And this is just another signal of their empire coming to an end. And our beginning is starting, as stated in 2 Ezra 6 and 9.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you see this being promoted, yes, that's exactly what they're trying to say. Now, you know, it's okay to sleep with these kids. It's okay for them to be dancing in strip clubs.
It seems like they're trying to finish a bucket list or something.
Hey, but Anthony, why would I be upset? Why would I be upset, Anthony, if all this evilness is a part of their bucket list? I would want them to continue.
Yeah. You know, but you see where we're headed in these last days, right? You see where we're headed.
I ain't going to speak of that, man.
You know, it's almost like the longer we're here. No, it is. The longer we're here, the more wicked the place turns.
Well, the Most High said it's going to get a lot worse as the days get faster.
Yeah, and the days are definitely fast. I remember I was even talking to my son last week, and I was like, is it me or did this week go by really fast? It went by fast.
I can't wait till we go to the wilderness. We'll be rid of these motherfuckers then.
Oh, it's coming, Anthony. I mean, I just want them to get being more and more and more and more dysfunctional. Actually, after whenever this hangout ends, I'm actually gonna pray for the fact that their destruction becomes more and more faster.
Oh, just
And to the family, I'll be okay for them to pray for us to pray for their destruction.
mm-hmm. Yeah, this place is going down fast. It's going down fast. And when I saw that video, I actually saw that video just before starting this live stream, and I almost fell out of my chair. I could not believe what I was looking at. Couldn't believe it. But you know what? It tells me these kind of things have been going on all the time. It just got caught on camera this time.
I mean, with the over excess of child porn, I believe started right near the 60s and the 70s, and maybe even earlier than that.
Lisa,
the
I'm
fact
seeing
that boy
all
got
kinds of
on
shit
the
out here where I'm at.
What's that?
And it's crazy. It's just nothing but filth and debauchery. You know what I'm saying?
But Anthony, we gotta expect that from them. This is who they are.
I'm just saying, since I done woke up to this, I see it, and it's just, man.
I was out in California when I was around 12 years old, and they was doing all this types of shit. Yeah. I saw it at 12 years old, and it was out in the open.
I just don't like the way everything is heading, and I feel for our children. It was not that long ago when they were talking about men and women going in the same bathrooms, or trans going in the same bathroom with girls and boys, and I'm not comfortable with that, and I can't get comfortable with it.
They doing this shit. They doing that shit at Target. I don't even go to Target no more because of that bullshit.
But this is also so many warnings for us to turn our butts around and repent now.
Yes, absolutely. There's always time to repent. You better do it while you can. I agree with that.
I mean, because I look at the uglier visions they get. I mean, the main warning I got is the Most High is telling us to get our butt to gear now.
What were you saying? I'm sorry, you were both talking at the same time. What were you saying, Anthony?
I said I have to repent because of what I think about doing to some of these motherfuckers right now. I'm serious.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was watching another video of black teens that got slammed by cops in school. I don't know if any of you got to see that video. Our kids are not safe in those schoolhouses. Every year, I just feel for them. I feel so bad for them. And I know, unfortunately, many of these parents are just not going to wake up and realize you should not be sending your child to the enemy for an education. Our kids are being harmed. They're being told their hair is ugly. They are being kicked out.
We've only got 1/3 of us that's gonna make it.
Yeah.
1/3 of us is chosen.
And speaking of that,
y'all they serving as a buffer to keep these motherfuckers off us a little bit.
And speaking of that 1/3, Anthony, this is why homeschooling is very, very critical. Yeah. It's very, very critical to counteract this garbage. I mean, there's certain things we can still do until Jacob's troubles come,
Yeah.
Oh, I agree. I agree, but they ain't gonna do it. No. They're making up excuses for doing that bullshit.
Yeah, many of them won't. And they'll tell me, well, I got a job. I don't have this, and that. I got to send my kids to school. So,
Trump's Trump's tariffs got something to say about that because his own tariffs is tearing a rip into the employment scene. There won't be an employment scene when his tariffs are done tearing them apart.
Yeah. And, you know, and it's almost like a lot of these folks are using the school system as their babysitter. Well, I can't keep them at home. I got to work. They got to go to school. So the school is technically school/babysitter for these kids.
But really, all they're doing is babysitting the enemy, and they're using that to tear us apart.
Yeah. And we see the same thing every year. We see our kids getting removed from school.
Just that bullshit, man.
Yeah. I was so angry the last time, you know, one of the children were kicked out because of their hair. I was like, you know what? By now, parents should have started a class action suit. How the hell you gonna write black hair into your dress code? That's what I want. How the hell you going? You didn't write nobody else's hair into the dress code, just black hair.
But the sick thing about it is, I actually saw a wrestling match, you know, got interrupted because of hair.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, they finally got around to firing that stupid ass referee. I did a story on it this morning. They finally fired him.
I said, good for the clown.
Well, you know what? These folks, they knew what kind of person he was. This was no shock. They knew for a long time what kind of person that man was.
But this is why I also, now even though he got it right in the end and turned himself around, this is why I was a little upset with MLK, you know, trying to push us into this burning house called integration. Now, even though he woke up and got it right in the end, you know, this just goes to show you we should have never mixed and mingled with these folks in the first place. Yeah. Just on the example of Jacob and Esau.
Mm-hmm. Very true. You know, and in fact, when things were segregated, our people were doing much better because you had to have your own businesses and hire other Black people. You know what I mean? So it was actually better. And we gave that all up for integration.
And I say in its most modern history, even amongst that certain moment amongst Black Wall Street, I have never seen of Judah so unified like that ever in modern history when it came to that particular part of time.
Yeah, very true. And you know what? And the thing is, according to the story that I did on that, the family did get an attorney, you know, but I would not be satisfied with that. First of all, I'll kick somebody's ass if they picked up a pair of scissors and cut my son's hair. Okay, over a freaking game. And that just go to show you that team did not stick by him. They went along with the racist referee. And that is really the response you're going to get.
But sadly, Lisa, there's going to have to be more examples, even more extreme than that, even for the few of our folks to get the hell up out of these schools.
Very true. Very true. True Royal. But one other thing I saw, going back to the little boy that was kicked, and I know people in the store tackled this guy down before he could leave the store. They let that
motherfucker out on $300 bail, $350 bail.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. He really, what kind of punishment is that? But see, they are hell-bent on not punishing their own, but they will go all above and beyond to punish us. Yeah, he got out on nothing. He got out on nothing.
But I see the reverse of that when it comes to this prison reform quota. The thing in reverse is that the taxpayers are becoming more pissed because they have to spend more money on these prisons. And I uncovered a little dirty little secret amongst 45, which nobody should be surprised about. Remember when everybody was clapping around about so-called prison reform? Coming to find out, 45 is also profiting off of these private prisons as well.
Yeah, I'm not surprised about that. Yeah, you know,
So
people like him are, yeah, that's why he's talking about the law and order president, and now you know why he was talking like that.
oh, he was full of law and order. He was full of that law and order coming to his pocket.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying now you know why he was talking like that. Talking about he's the law and order president. Yeah, now we know why. The law and order president for profit at our expense, because we're always the main ones going for all kinds of petty shit. They don't even put you in there for a legitimate reason. They're just finding anything, just grasping for straws to get you in there.
Just the fact that the New York City cop Philly Advised show spilled all the beans. Now I know there's a financial incentives for these cops to do what they do. See, that's why even amongst those 3 little boys that got frisked for a false call, you know, saying that they had a knife on them, which was a lie. Which none of this really surprised me, because they're really doing this to fulfill their quota. Now they got financial gain off the backs of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. That made my stomach turn. I couldn't even watch the whole thing when they were messing with those 3 little black boys. I couldn't watch it. Oh yeah, that's why Trump was very much for stop and frisk. Exactly right. Alana B. Yeah.
Katie, that comes under Psalms 94, verse 20 and 21. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood.
And what are they doing right now? Gathering those same souls against us.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, a lot of people have gone for petty things. And not only that, when they put you in there, you know, I did a story last year, I believe, where they're now putting, no, they always did this. I shouldn't say now. They've always done this, where they'll put you behind bars, they'll charge you, but you're never convicted. And you're in there for years with no conviction, never going to the courtroom, nothing.
It's like, what else do we expect? I mean, like I was saying in the last live stream, Lisa, all we're doing is following a bunch of their corporate laws. And as me and you kept stating over and over, we're not following the real Constitution. Now, even the funny thing is, they're not even following the real Constitution. They're even picking and choosing, even amongst their own corporate law.
Yeah. Well, you know, the Constitution is great when it's convenient, but as soon as it don't fit the mold for something, then they know how to cast it aside. That's why I don't even take that stuff seriously anymore, because they don't even follow their own laws. They don't follow their own Constitution. They don't do any of that stuff.
I mean, but it's also another reason why they put Memorandum 46 in place, and also with the King Rex 84. Now, I want to go back to Mix for a second. There was a reason they did not want us to connect with those other Israelite tribes, and because they knew if we united and praise the Most High all together, they would consider that as a threat, Lisa.
Yeah, I know. Very true. Yeah, you are breaking up a little bit, KD.
I repeat myself. Now back to Memorandum 46. You know, there was a reason they wanted to keep Judah from those other Israelite tribes in Africa, because if they knew if we got together and praised the Most High, you know, all together on one accord, they knew that they would see that as a threat.
True. Yeah, I agree with that. You know, you see, they're still trying to do divide and conquer on us here. So, yeah, crossing the ocean to the continent where our brothers and sisters are still existing. Yeah, you know, they have fought hard to try to keep the divisions going. And they're going to step it up in the last days. No, you're right, Gwen. You know, the Constitution does not apply to us. Anytime you got in there that we're not even people, you know, we're 3/5. What they did was flip the strip on us. They throw their tag on us as 3/5 of a human when they are really the ones that are 3/5 of a human. But, you know, everything is upside down. But they're losing power every day. That's just why they're going out of their minds and doing all the things that we're watching.
And just to piggyback for a second, you know, the fact that that little boy was dancing on the stage, but then this is the same clowns that want their birthright back and they deserve it?
Yeah.
You deserve it after doing that? Really?
Mm-hmm. Well, he sure didn't have no black parents, that's for sure.
Well, KD and Lisa, you got to realize this is prophecy. All of this is prophecy, and scripture cannot be broken. It was planned this way. All of this stuff was planned this way.
Which is why I'm happy that they're being more and more deranged. I'm just sitting back with my popcorn laughing.
Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, one thing that we must do is make sure our kids understand what's going on. You know, we can't afford to send the children out of the house and they don't understand how wicked this world really is. You know, and I'm getting real tired of when incidents happen with our children, parents get on TV talking about, I can't believe it. I can't. What the hell do you mean you can't believe this? We've been living with this shit forever now. There is no one that should be shocked over the racism or the evil and everything that we're looking at. But it just makes my skin crawl now whenever I hear parents go on TV after something that happened to their kid in school talking about, I can't believe it. Racism is still here. Are you kidding me? No wonder why those kids aren't safe.
Not only that they're not going to become more safe, they're even more at risk with what everything else Esau is going to throw at them. Esau is not done yet.
Ain't stopped. They invented it and they put a patent on it.
Not just racism. All types of evil is going to come down, which is everything else that is tied to the coming new world order. Just sit and wait. They're going to be crying and weeping, all right, in concentration camps if they don't get their ass together.
Oh, yeah. I mean, go out there in the next...
That's why I say we need to get ready to leave everything we got behind.
Mm-hmm. If you
remember Lot's wife.
Go out there and look at the videos that they're putting out talking about America is over. America's over. I said it is. It really is. We're just getting up every day going through the motions. It really is over. It really is. It's gone. And Trump, with all this government shutdown stuff, there's a lot of people that are going to resent this stuff. They're already angry. And
well, Lisa, you got to understand.
I can't hear you, Anthony.
You got to understand, when they set foot on, when their forefathers set foot on this land, they were cursed from the get.
Right.
I say again, when Esau set foot here in what they call America, which is actually Arsareth, they basically placed a curse on their offspring. Okay, see Deuteronomy 19 verses 14.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they've been cursed from the get-go. Okay, they don't know how to run nothing. Okay, all they know how to do is kill, destroy, and bring disease. That's all they are, big ass disease. and it's about to get inoculated.
Oh yeah, and speaking of that disease, they got the disease of the mouth, disease of the mind, disease of the soul, disease of everything. It's like, why do any of our people want them to right the ship? I want them to stay on the ship that they're on, because that means we got next. We get to replace them very soon, family.
Mm-hmm.
Look out when I get my sword, man.
Do you know I bought my son a sword? The thing is huge.
What? You bought him a sword?
Yeah, he wanted a sword, so I got him one.
I want me a custom-made ninja type with double edges. I'm gonna cut their asses down so low they're gonna have to wear crutches under their ears.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
just give me fire on my fist, and that'll be good enough for me.
Yeah, but you know what? See, that's why I'm opposed to so many things when it comes down to our kids. We know the nature of these people, and our kids are going out to school and be around them every day. And it has not been nothing but destruction for them. Yeah, I got him one. He wanted a sword. I got him one. I got him one. And the thing is huge. It's nice though, but it's really big.
What kind of sword was it, Lisa? Was it a broadsword?
That thing is.
Is it wide? Is the blade wide?
Blade is wide.
It's called a broadsword.
And the thing comes all the way up to, I would say, his waist.
Yeah, that's a broadsword.
Yeah.
That's a broadsword.
It's got a beautiful handle on it too. But
give him a knife sharpener.
Mm-hmm. And he wanted.
He can join us out there when we start slicing asses up.
Yeah, right.
We'll make him do 1,000 a minute to your 500 to my 400.
Yeah, funny thing is, I think her son's sword is very symbolic of what's to come when the powers get taken from them and get reversed to us.
I
really think that his sword is symbolic to what we're gonna get.
Yeah, but he's old enough to handle it. That's why I was like, I don't mind getting and he's not reckless with it or anything. He just it looks nice. It's a beautiful sword though.
I mean, just because I remember you doing a story on this when our swords were like crusted, our handles were crusted and gold plated and everything.
Solid gold. When I first came on the internet and I was looking up, a lot of things on slavery, there was a rare picture that somebody had posted. It's gone now. I looked high and low. I wanted to show that to y'all. And it is a picture of our Hebrew men sitting, waiting to board the slave ship. And they're sitting together on the ground, and every last one of them had a sword with a solid gold handle. Every Hebrew man had a sword with a solid gold handle. That just go to show you the level of wealth our people had back then. We really were a wealthy people.
And we're going to get that back. We're getting all that back. And they should too.
Yeah. And the beautiful thing about it is True World keeps stating that is just a small example that we really do come from royal stock.
Anthony, those swords I heard are around in different historical sites around Africa. The swords still exist. Just like the African artists in Europe, the Hebrew swords and everything are being displayed by the Hamites.
Well, you know something? The Hamites got it. The Hamites got to give our shit back too.
Everybody do.
Everybody got to give it back.
And you imagine
Hamites, Moab, motherfucking Ammon,
right?
Motherfucking Japheth. All you motherfuckers giving all our shit back.
Right. And remember, we were slaves.
And especially them damn bowel movement ass Edomites.
Yeah. And not to mention all the stuff that's ours in the Arab world. We were slaves there too.
Oh yeah, I can't forget them Ishmaelites too.
Need I say more?
Oh yeah, we always made nice things. You know, you just picture those swords with solid gold handles. Those were all made by Israelites.
Just goes to show us that we really are the salt of the earth. We are the plug of the world.
And Lisa,
Yes.
and Lisa, I understand that you want to have personal attention around the clock, but we still fall under the commandments, and they can't work. Your slaves cannot work on the Sabbath.
Right. That's true. Your
But
slaves got to acknowledge the Shabbat, and
they're gonna have to acknowledge all our laws, or we kill their entire nation.
or they got to acknowledge our holy holidays too.
Oh, but Lisa, I can't wait for the day that they actually drop this stuff and hand it all to us.
Yeah, well, that's happening now.
Have you read the Willie Lynch letter?
I heard about it, you know, as far as the division, but the actual word for word, no, I have not.
Let me lay it out for you, dog. It is not nice. They used to do some evil shit to our asses. They used to take our men, bullwhip them, tar and feather them, set them on fire, tie 2 ropes around 2 cords, and have 2 horses attached to the other ends of them ropes and run and split us in half.
Yeah.
I'm going to take great joy in doing the same motherfucking thing to their asses.
But then again, we're gonna do that right to them. So I mean, yeah, the Willie Lynch letter, you know, they did that to us, but just like what you said, we're gonna do that shit right back to them. And that's why I was referring to her son's sword as a symbolic gesture for what we are going to do to them times 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was bad all over. You know, I saw an article on the Indian and the Chinese and their racism towards Black people, but we always knew that about them.
Just like the Edomites, they too are prospering.
Lisa, we built the Great Wall of China for Moab. We were the slaves that built that.
Yeah.
And look at it now, it's falling apart, and yet these Moabites can't even figure that shit out how to put it back up.
Yeah, I remember that. Sonia sees them feeding.
Man, let me calm down.
Yeah. Yes, we did. We did build the Great Wall of China. Yes.
But yeah, but getting back to Esau sold the birthright, and because he sold the birthright, he couldn't get the first blessing, because you can't get the first blessing without the birthright.
Right.
And what what most of our family don't understand is that the Most High set him up like that. It was already preordained that this was going to happen.
Yes.
Because the Most High was mad at Esau's ancestor, Cain.
Yeah, because he arranged the murder of Abel.
No, he physically murdered him, took him out.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. He went to the murder. He killed Abel.
Yeah, but you know, when you look at that whole story of Cain and Abel, you can see why the Most High rejected Cain's offering. Cain's offering was a disgrace. You know what he did, right? He picked up old fruit that was on the ground and put it all together, and that was his offering to the Most High.
And yet that sounds like Esau today. Like
Abel, no, Cain decided he was gonna do what the fuck he wanted to do, and the Most High said, "Oh, really, motherfucker?"
Mm-hmm.
But we all know that's a symbolic segue to what Esau's doing now. We sit up here and we do all the building, and yet Esau do all the so-called taking. They get the worst of the worst, and they get paid the most for doing the least.
Yes. And then you had Abel that gave the Most High his, the best of his flock, gave him the best of the fruit, and put together a beautiful offering to the Most High. So he accepted that.
Abel gave him the ultimate praises.
Yes, he did.
That's all you say. That's all you're saying. He gave the ultimate praises to the Most High.
But Cain just picked up some old fruit that was lying around.
Cain is the devil the Bible speaks of.
But speaking of Cain, if we look at the first video of this first live stream, just think about that Edomite's half-ass prayer. That's equivalent to Cain's offering.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was terrible. That was terrible. That was terrible. I couldn't dream of making a prayer like that to the Most High.
I mean, no thought process, no love, no humbleness, no soul, no nothing.
No, it was just pretty much, give me back my birthright. Okay, bye. That's how I interpreted it.
It's as though he was mocking God when he did that, though, Lisa. He was mocking God. He was mocking him. And that had me laughing, but at the same time, now that I think of it, that got me pissed.
But then again, Anthony, isn't money their God right now? And we look through the stock market and around the world, their currency's getting their ass kicked.
That sizes it up perfectly, KD.
Wow. That is so true. The stock market is a wreck. Now, it went up a bit and they're cheering, but it is still forecast that a recession is coming.
I mean, just look at all that false liquidity in the markets. The fact that a fake dollar's getting pumped up, eventually hyperinflation is gonna come.
Like I said, I'm looking for those two words, peace and security. When I hear that, it's over.
Right. I mean, but just think about when all those dollars are coming back to the U.S. when it's being rejected around the world, and when hyperinflation hits, there's your real answer right there. When hyperinflation gets here, there's your collapse.
Yes, yes. And the thing is, I have to ask all of you: are you going to be able to make it when this place collapses? And I shouldn't hear nothing but yes from all of you. Can you live without everything that's out here and fend for yourself?
Lisa, I've been in the army. We spent a whole lot of times out in the field anyways, and we didn't have that kind of shit out in the field.
Right. Right.
I will teach them if they don't know how, because right then and there, we are in the process of rehearsing the Righteous Act. But when we get out there, it's showtime, baby.
Yes. I mean, you should all have the necessities that you need if we went through long-term power outage, which is going to be a reality when things fall. So can you still cook your meals and still eat off of the land? Because you're going to have to learn how to do those things. And we can't just sit around staring at each other and starve. No, that's not an option. It's not an option. If you can't get charcoal, you're going to have to cut trees down and use the wood to cook. You got to do what you have to do. So, if you don't have the necessary things,
we got to come somewhere, Lisa. We got to come together somewhere, though.
Yeah. Yeah. But, we're not going to come together instantly, but some of y'all better start thinking about how you're going to make it without any power or access to a lot of things that you have access to now. Because, they already said the power grid could easily come down, be compromised. They're admitting that now. The power grid can be compromised, and all it takes is an enemy to bring it down. And if they do, we're going to be in the dark.
Just look at all the threats are going back and forth between Russia, China, and this shithole.
Yes. Yes. You know, and they're already saying that there's countries that have the ability to take out the US power grid. And you know, that's what they want. They want the population to be vulnerable.
And look at the state of this Babylonian shithole right now. It is at its most vulnerable state yet.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm thinking they're gonna try to do that shit during the summer when it's hot and people can't handle it.
Not only that its power grid is beyond repair, so is its so-called military.
Oh, they already said their military, it's already been projected that the military could never win another war. They're already saying that.
And what did Obama do during his term?
You only have 0.6. Lisa, when you only have, you don't have enough black folks in there. It's only 0.6%.
Yeah.
But then again, Anthony, what did Obama do during his 8-year term? He put in that don't ask, don't tell. They let all those faggots into the military.
That was Bill Clinton.
That shit was happening when I was in. I'm going like, are you motherfucking crazy?
AD, that was Bill Clinton.
Oh, it even started before him?
Yeah, that was Bill Clinton, not Obama.
Oh, I was referring to don't that. Oh, wow.
They had faggots and lesbians in when I was in, when I went in 78.
So what Obama did was just accelerated it then, huh?
This motherfucker was sick then.
Yeah. But you know, Trump wants the transgenders and gays out of the military. Trump is trying to push them out.
Yeah, I see that because it's a weakness.
It accelerated it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying now. I think Obama accelerated, but back to Trump, I mean, I think he pushing them out of there because the enemy sees it as a weakness, but it's too late, 45. Y'all are
that's
dumb
a double-edged sword, though. He may be pushing them faggots and trannies out, but he's reducing his force at the same time because motherfuckers ain't coming in there.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why I think the enemy look at that as a weakness.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right, Anthony. People are not going down to that recruiting office anymore. That's why they're trying to roll back on the qualifications and start to let these mentally ill and people with all kinds of problems join the military because they're having a hard time getting people to recruiting people to go into the military these days. Before it was much easier years ago, but not so much anymore.
Lisa, when I joined the military, you didn't have to have a high school diploma. And then it changed. Yeah, I was because I went in when I was 17.
Uh-huh.
And I had to get emancipated. My mom had to sign a document giving me my adulthood early. Okay. Because she knew that if I would have stayed out here, I would have been in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Because this cop was like leaning on me a little too much, me and my partners, and I just had enough of that motherfucker. And I was getting ready to cap his ass. So what had happened was, I went down there where he normally was at because I had staked this fool out for a whole month, and I guess fate had it. This recruiter grabbed me by the arm and said, "Come on in here and take this ASVAB."
Mm-hmm.
I was reading at college level anyways. So I went in there and I took the test. It's a 3-hour test. I was done with that test in 90 minutes. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, less than that. I came out. They said, "You done already?" I said, "Yeah, it was a piece of cake."
Yeah, and you know what, Anthony?
And they said I was qualified to do every job in the military.
Right, but it's not just the recruiting they're having a problem with. They're saying that a lot of the military weapons and equipment they got is out of date and have not been updated in a long time.
Just like the power grid, all old, beyond repair, and washed up.
And because they're saying as far as technology, military technology and more advanced weapons.
Lisa,
And Russia is really a lot more advanced than the U.S. The U.S. is still using old shit.
Lisa, listen carefully. It's not the weapon. It's the will to fight. That's what it's all about. It's not about the weapons. It's about your will to fight.
Yeah, that is a deadly combination. They don't have the weapons nor the will to fight. They're already defeated before they even start.
Because I can knock the bumps off a pickle from 25 yards away with an M16. And if I get into a gunfight with motherfuckers, I'm fucking people up before they get me.
Yeah, but
I can knock a whole platoon down by myself.
Yeah, but that's the thing, Anthony. You're not going to join them again. You're going to stay right on.
No.
You told me that many times.
Hell no. Katie, I'll come get you and make you a platoon sergeant.
I'm glad he joined that.
I'll give you 50 buckets of shit and train their ass to be hard as nails.
I love that, but I'm not joining that damn army either.
Look, they're not even joining their damn army. Okay? Even the ones talking all kinds of shit about war, they're not even joining and not letting their kids join. You know, I had a conversation with a state trooper.
I'm talking about the army of the Israelites.
Right.
Our nation.
Let me
the baddest motherfuckers on earth.
Anthony, let me say this. I had a conversation with a state trooper. And you know, in this country, they're now having a hard time recruiting new people into being police because the police now have such a terrible reputation. Folks are just walking away. So when I was talking to the state trooper here in my state, you know what they told me? No goddamn body in my household is going to become a cop or a state trooper. And this came out of the mouth of a white state trooper. They don't.
So you know how much the Las Vegas Metro Police make here?
What?
The minimum payment for a Las Vegas Metro Police officer, I'm talking about a newly minted cop, is better than $100,000 a year.
Right. And people are still not signing up for it.
But I guess it's what they get for trying to push that that DHS fusion center crap when they try to militarize the police. Now with the reverse effects of that, because of that terrible reputation you just talked about, Lisa, nobody's willing to touch that as a job.
Right. People don't, and they're a lot of people. And I read this, and it was amazing that I had this conversation with the state trooper. They were saying that most cops are now discouraging their family members from becoming cops. You know, a lot of people are now saying, I'm not going to let anybody in my household or in my family be a cop. Oops. Hold on 1 second. I got to get the link for the Hangout. 1 second.
The culture in the law enforcement community is racist anyways, Lisa.
Yeah, it's always been. Slave catchers.
Yeah, and speaking of those slave catchers, I'm going to go into the real narrative of protect and serve. Of course, they're going to protect their own, which is really, the real taxpayers, and they're going to serve us because they look at us as 3/5 of nothing.
Yeah, but you know what? It's amazing how at one point people were lining up to be cops. Now they are struggling to even get recruits now. So many people are walking away. They don't want that stigma of being a police officer on them. People don't want that now.
No, they don't. I mean, because I looked at the I actually looked at the DHS, fusion centers. I think that started circling around 2008 when they started to ramp up a little bit. But now I've seen the reverse of that. Now they don't want that stigma on them.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what? That's one path I never wanted my son to go into. I told him, I said, look, I know I can't tell you what to be, but please do not choose being a cop. I don't think I can deal with that.
Funny thing is, Anthony, when I was right around 17 too, I almost became Air Force. Believe it or not.
Man,
Anthony, you broke up. What were you saying?
Air Force is cool, man, but you know, it was about, with me, it was about just getting the hell out of Dodge. You know what I'm saying?
I knew the consequences and everything. That's why I said I almost went into it, but then I woke up and say, wait a minute, ain't Bush in office? Hell no, I'm not about to fight this fucking war.
Yeah. All right, what is that? Okay.
The mission of Desert Storm was just to push Iraq back out of Kuwait. Come to find out, Kuwait was some crooked motherfuckers.
Yeah, and then that's what I was talking about, Anthony, when I saw wait a minute, Bush in office and now about to sign his no thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, policing sucks in America. You know, they've made it an undesirable job. You know, it's their fault.
You don't have to beat somebody to put them in handcuffs. You just put them in handcuffs, put them in the car, and get the hell on if they did something wrong.
Well, we can't do nothing right anyway in their eyes, Anthony. If you got your hands up and you're surrendering, you get shot. If you ask, why are you arresting me? You get shot. We're not resisting, you get shot. If it's a typical traffic stop, all they should be doing is writing you a ticket. Instead of doing that, they get into an altercation with you so they can shoot you. You know, the whole thing is just, it's just nothing but evil and corruption. The whole thing is just terrible. We can't do nothing right. No,
Esau shoots us because they want to shoot us because they're trained to shoot us.
Right. And everything we do is resisting arrest. Every damn thing we do is resisting arrest.
Which brings me back to John 15:18. It goes right back to that seed that was rightfully ours in the first place. We're hated because the Most High is hated. And because the Most High is hated, we're going to be hated. Not because we have the seed, but we also resemble, or we're right in the image. We're created in the image of the Most High.
We are the representatives of the Most High, and they hate
that's
that.
what I was saying. Yeah, not just because of the seed, because we were created in His image.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you know, everything people tell you, oh, well, keep your hands on the steering wheel, and that stuff doesn't work. If you got some racist bastard that's stopping you and they want to shoot you, they already got in their mind they're going to shoot you before they even walk up to the car.
Yeah, tell that crap to Philando Castile.
Yeah, exactly. Who was a legal gun carrier. So if you get one illegally, they just shoot you. They're just hell-bent on killing us no matter what the circumstances are. And it doesn't matter how much you cooperate. It doesn't.
Oh yeah, tell that to Sean Bell that got lit up by New York City cops 51 times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that was some black cops that did it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it don't matter if they're black cops. I think we all know that by now. It don't matter. It can be black cops. They don't give a shit.
Thing with the black cops is they vetted. And they nothing but a bunch of soft-ass, super moist cake motherfuckers anyways.
Yeah, but see, they want a certain kind of black person. You know, they don't want the kind where we say, you know what, I'm not going to just come out here and randomly kill my own people. No, they don't want you.
And speaking of one of those people, I'm gonna bring up a name that me and True Roy was talking about. There was this article that was written by this Luciferian coon that goes by the name of Michelle Alexander. She's running around fucking stating that we don't deserve to be in this country.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's an actual article in regards to immigration. Not only in that article, she said in a roundabout way that we're immigrants, but yet she hinted that we're the least desirable immigrants.
Okay, so the people that built the fucking country don't deserve to be here.
Michelle Alexander don't deserve to be in it. Motherfucker deserve to be back in a fucking cave.
Yeah, because according to her, Anthony and Lisa, we're nothing.
Her ass deserved to be torched. And no, I mean, if anything, we are the only ones that have forefathers that actually built this motherfucker.
KD is the other way around. They're nothing.
Right.
But this I was
See
saying.
6 verse 56 in the Apocrypha.
Oh, trust me, I know. But I was just repeating what this Luciferian coon said.
Yeah, he said the other nations are spittle. No, we're not immigrants. We are not immigrants. We were kidnapped and brought over against our will. So that does not make us immigrants.
This planet, this whole planet is ours. Everything here, because the Lord made this for our sakes, not everybody else's.
Right.
But here comes this Luciferian coon bandwidth trying to say, oh, we don't deserve to be here because here she is caping for the system because she thinks that putting us down is going to get her a higher position.
Hey, excuse me. There's one thing we forgot. Only thing we got to look for is the Lord, the Most High. And that's what he asks for us to do. We worried about everything else. Everything else. We don't worry about the Most High. That's what he asks us to do because he's going to take care of everything else. And like y'all saying, he doing everything else in the works. Just worry about him. Our prayers, our worships, and our strength and energy need to be going towards him to finish doing what he's doing right now. Whatever he got Trump doing, let Trump do it. Whatever he got Putin doing, let Putin do it. Whatever Kim Jong-un got doing, let him do it. We need to be worried about the Most High. That's all.
Okay,
meditating.
I like what you're saying.
Meditating.
Hold on.
Meditating.
Hold on. All right, I'm glad you joined us on the panel, but please introduce yourself.
Listen, I'm called Good Brother from Philly.
Hi, Good Brother from Philly. I'm a Philly girl.
I'm from Jersey originally, but I moved to Philly.
See, we did.
All I'm gonna say is, all the signs that God been giving us across this earth right now, we ain't been paying attention to. I've been a boy in the Word since 7. I knew not to take a tattoo at the age of 7. Yeah, I messed up a long time ago, but I'm on my right path, and I've been trying to find the Lord because that's what he asks us to do. Not worry about everything else in the world because we have no control of it. He does. He said, worrying about him. That's all he asked for. And we haven't done it because we worrying about what the white man doing, the Indian man doing, the Mexican man, Spanish man, black man, and everybody else is doing. But what are we worrying about doing for ourselves because we can't control everything else? He asks us to get right with him. Right. That's all he asks us to do.
But brother, you got to realize that's only going to be a third of us that will get right with the.
I understand that, but what he also asks us to do is be shepherds. We have to still continue to give the word to those who want to hear and those who don't want to hear. That's
Oh,
all.
why else do you think Lisa is doing these videos?
Oh no,
It's not for entertainment.
No, it's not. Why you think I'm here? I'm not here for nobody's entertainment. I'm here to just to do the same thing you're doing, good brother and good sister. I admire you. Good brother, I admire you as well. That's why I'm here with you, having this deep discussion. I talk to people at work on a regular. I talk to people on my passing on a regular. But they look at me as I'm strange. But I see the signs. We all see the signs. But everybody that's distracted by Esau and whoever else's conventions and distractions they got out here for us to enjoy, they won't see it. They won't, because they wasn't seeing the word first and then the world after. Some of us wasn't given that to see first. But I'm just here. I'm listening. And I'm taking in enjoyment as well. Not the entertainment, but the enjoyment of my people being woke. I thought I was a crazy person for a minute. A real crazy person. But I'm not, because my other people got souls and spirits. And they see things are not right. How it was right at the beginning, but now it's not right at the end. So how can we get right again? How?
Well, brother, they call me crazy and shit like that too.
Oh man, listen, you ain't crazy. You far from crazy. You just right in a wrong world.
Well, you know, that's why they said we're a set apart people. We're a peculiar people. That's what it says in the script. So we're not going to be like others.
And I'm gonna go back to what True Royal said. You know, in many of her hangouts, we became a nation of separatists, and the only thing that's gonna come us together is some of these events that Lisa is talking about.
Right.
Well, they all learn a lesson.
We gotta live through the things to come, and we know what's in prophecy, so we can't not see those things and not understand. Now, when you go into Revelations, what is it that the Most High told us to look for?
His visiting. If you don't know what his visiting is, y'all need to go and research it.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay.
No.
The only thing that we have to concern ourselves with are those 3 days of darkness. What happens after the 3 days of darkness? In Revelations, what happens after the 3 days of darkness?
I'm going to leave you with this.
Okay, the 3 days of darkness. This is very important. That is the main sign you're supposed to look for. Does everybody know, you know, that 3 days of darkness? And we got a taste of it from Russia. If you remember, it went dark for 3 hours in Russia, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but it's called The Mist. The movie is called The Mist. If you haven't seen the movie called The Mist, go and see it.
We don't need the movie. We got our own text and history on this. After the 3 days of darkness, it's over. It's over.
It's not over.
The Gentile world is over. That's the only
Gentile world. The Gentile world is over.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, those who have ruled in the draconian system, this enslavement system that we've been living in for so long, that's going to be over. The way of going back to bartering, the way of going back to farming and respecting thy neighbor, that's the way it's going to go back to.
Well, brother,
down your trail somewhere, it may go back to that.
Well, brother, we can only do that.
Under now is not going to be the same system.
Well, brother, we can only do that for so long until Jacob's trouble really hits. And trust me, Jacob's trouble is right around the corner.
Do you know how long Jacob's trouble has been going on? I heard about Jacob's will when I was a young boy. And then as I grew up, I seen that a lot of black brothers were being killed on the street for no apparent reason. and then drugs and
We're
everything else
already in
came
Jacob's
into the scene.
trouble, KD.
Listen, we've been in Jacob's trouble for a long time. We seeing signs now. We passed Jacob's trouble. We seeing signs
Oh,
now.
really?
We are past Jacob's trouble, bruh.
Excuse me, we got volcanoes and tsunamis coming on, and all types of meteorites coming in from space. So we in Jacob's trouble
They are under the
and
plagues,
signs
not
of the
us.
times.
Our plagues are ending.
No, they might be ending, but we're still under the law. The law never ended when Emmanuel, not Jesus Christ, Emmanuel came through and told people what it was going to be, because he was that blessed shepherd that God blessed, just like Noah, just like Moses, just like Elijah, just like Elias, and every other prophet that came forth.
Yeah, Kim wrote the 2/3 are being judged now. You're right. And that's why we're still going through that separation.
Man, you either be separated from those who kill us.
I'm not talking about that.
No, I'm
talking about
Lisa, no disrespect.
The wheat.
What I'm saying is
the wheat.
They're still, and I know that, but those wheats and tares are still being distracted by those who want to distract us from reaching our full potential. God needs all our strength and all our energy, even though he has all of what he needs, but he needs to know who's with us. He needs to know who's with us and not with us.
Is very significant. And
we are going through that
now. We're going through that right
we
now.
are. Yes, we are.
That is significant because he is going to weed out the ones that he wants and separate them from the ones he don't want.
And what I'm saying is your Beyoncés and Jay-Z's, your Wiz Khalifas, they keep all our other people distracted.
But those people,
I don't give a damn about them.
Yeah, neither do I. I'm just saying anyone that we still have to pull through, they're being distracted to a certain extent.
Well, I say let them get distracted. What the hell is that my problem for?
That's not
because he still allowed that woman to come through that crowd and touch his robe.
What?
No, it's not so what. Wow.
I don't agree because
that sister came through that crowd of people to touch his robe to get hurt. Whatever disease was going through her, this is a sister back in the day. Broke through the crowd of people to touch Emmanuel's robe to be cured of whatever disease she was going through. And you say, yo, whatever sheep is aside, let him go. No.
Some of the scriptures might be tainted. Man.
No, listen, I was too at one point in time. You know how many people are, you know how many other people are right now?
But you woke up. You're not them.
Listen, and I got other people that's still trying to wake up to this day. I'll sacrifice my life to wake up my mom, my sisters, and my brothers. The same thing you on this line doing right now, right, brother?
Yes.
No, but
all right, brother.
Sacrifice your life to wake people up?
Listen, a lot of us did.
No, well, then a lot of you are wrong. Because
a lot of us did in the past.
To come at their own free will.
But we still have to preach the word, right?
Of course you got to preach the word, but
so the word being preached is going to allow them to come at free will.
If people reject that word, you just keep it moving. That's what
you're right. You dust your feet off and you keep it moving.
Did that. When people didn't want to hear him, he kept it moving.
And that's what you do.
Sacrifice your life if somebody don't want to hear it.
My brother, you only have your own soul to worry about.
Because what Lisa's saying in a roundabout way is you have to also work on your own salvation too.
So let me ask y'all this question. And I'm asking all three of y'all this question. We on their technology right now. Do y'all not know we sacrificing ourselves right now just talking to each other?
Well, that's a good thing. We're getting ourselves ready.
Okay, all right then. That's what I'm talking about. That's all I'm talking about. I don't hear nobody else making a comment besides me and you, right? That's all I'm talking about. I've been ready a long time ago, man. My mom told me, yo, watch who you talk to. A long time ago.
My brother, you must worry about your own soul. If they don't want to learn, let them burn. You're gonna feel sad
Ended
anyway.
that.
That's why we get a break after this.
And that's why Lisa's saying in a roundabout way, if they don't want to hear the word, let them go.
Man, you let them go. You supposed to been let them go. But the thing is, they still come back and they ask questions. So
Well, that's up to them to do. They got to do that. Worry about these 2/3? That's a mistake.
No, I don't worry about a 2/3. Because like I said, you don't know who the 2/3 might be still a 1/3.
Well, we're not supposed to know that. The only thing we are supposed to do is stay on the path with the Most High.
Again, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave it alone. When you're scared and you're fear of the Lord, it comes through knowledge. That's all.
Why do you think we're all on this panel trying to gain more of it? Because none of us are declaring that we know it all. None of us. Not me, not Anthony, and definitely not Lisa.
Not me. And damn sure not me. And my name is Robert. So it's not good brother, it's Robert.
Nice to meet you, Robert.
At the same time, like I said, I talk to a lot of people that's still trying to get right with the Most High. Or Elohim, or Ohia, however you want to call him, but we're still trying to get right. There's a lot of people. And I reach out to a lot of people. And because of all the distractions, the disturbance, the people that's even still going back and forth, like us tonight. Instead of coming to not even say a common agreement, a disagreement or agree to disagree, we all still trying to seek that highest point of correction.
Well, here's how I see Lisa's videos. Lisa's videos is just a microcosm of what's going on around us to help wake us up in other ways. We have to know what's going on somewhat around us so that we could continue to wake up. That's why I watch her videos. And if people really don't see it in one way or not, she's actually letting us know that we need to come back and repent. Look at all this evil around us. She's helping us showcase it.
Oh, man, I bet knew that. But you got a lot of other people that's doing the same thing as well.
Okay. Well,
what's your next topic, Miss Lisa?
Well, this is what I feel. I feel the same way the Most High does when it comes down to people coming to him. They come at their own free will. We are not supposed to force this upon anyone. In fact, that's forbidden. The people, that's why it says in scripture, those who have an ear, let them hear, which means everybody is not going to hear the message. Some people will and some won't. And we have to accept that.
All we're doing, Robert, is coming together, even if it's on our own accord. The Spirit, in one way or another, got us all together on this panel right now. And I appreciate that. This is why we're on the panel now. We're practicing Leviticus 19 and 18. We're loving our neighbors as ourselves. Our neighbors are the very people in the chat too. We're practicing that and folks don't even notice it yet. This is why I'm also happy of coming to our streams or anybody's streams that practice it this way.
Right.
Because I see the beauty and the spirit of Leviticus 19 and 18 coming into play. And that's a good thing for me.
Man, everything about scriptures I see coming into play fascinates me, has a smile on my face. Because for a long time, I used to think my peoples was a bad peoples, but we not. We was made out to be. That's all I'm saying.
And none of us on this panel have an issue with that. I just want to let you know that, Robert. We all
Hey,
love you on
man.
this panel, Robert.
Hey,
I
listen,
love you.
look, I
Anthony
don't
loves
know
you.
nobody from a can of paint up on this panel, but I'm just on here having a conversation because I
All
got
I
a free
know
night from work.
is that I'm in the company of some of the greatest people on earth.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
that's
all
it.
I'm saying.
That's what's up.
That's all I'm saying. You know, I got love for you, Robert. Yeah, I never met you either. But the fact that you're helping us out on this panel, I even got love for you just because of that. And just by you jumping on this panel, Leviticus 19 and 18 is already in play, and it's a beautiful thing.
Right. You know, and that's the thing. We are supposed to gather for the word, and we do that all the time. We do it all the time.
It answers the question: what manner of people are you going to be in this time? The end.
Just think about when Lisa or True put their streams up. What do you think we're actually doing? We're sharing love, we're sharing knowledge, we're sharing labs amongst each other. And that is the beauty of Leviticus 19 and 18. So technically, we're following that scripture. And look at every time we come together, we benefit. We get off the stream happy. I look at that as a great thing, an excellent thing in this horrible time. There's no frown on my face at all.
I wish we could celebrate Passover online.
Hey, Lisa, I got a question for you, Lisa.
That would be awesome.
Hey, Lisa, I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
You said you're from Jersey, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the last time you been to Clementon Park?
Oh, probably many years ago.
Many years ago?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's what's up. That's all I needed to know.
Mm-hmm. It's been a very long time. I have not been there recently.
I mean, I was saying to that brother is that, you know, we see where he's coming from, and we love him. Of course, you know, we come into our paths, you know, the way we do, you know, on our own accord. I mean, even last year, just like True Royal, it was actually Truthfully Honest who told me who the heck I really was, even though I was somewhat on that awakened path myself. It's just that Truthfully Honest, just like True Royal, told me who I really was, and that really got me excited. And this was right around this time last year, right around the holidays. And that's one of the reasons why I hit the subscribe button on your channel. Because you got that spirit, Lisa. You too, Anthony. And everybody else in the chat. That's what attracted me, because I see the spirit of the Most High on this channel.
KD, I'm gonna tell you something. I found out that I was a Hebrew when I was a little boy. Mm-hmm. When I used to watch this show on Channel 9 in Chicago, and it stuck with me for a long time. And you know, but technically, I didn't wake up until about 8-9 years ago. Okay, the waking up started hearing people say things all the time, and then I started looking into it myself after about 4 years after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm going like, wow, wait a minute, really? They didn't tell me this when I was going to church.
And Anthony, this is the beauty. And Anthony, this is the beauty of the Spirit touching all of us, not just on the panel, but all in the chat. This is Leviticus 19 and 18 coming into play. We're finally being gathered, even on a small scale.
But you know what, y'all? You know, when I first saw the Most High's name, I was 5. And I was still in Bible study back then. And the books that we had, the books that we were doing our Bible study from, had the name Yah in it. And I remember we were like, why can't we say Yah? They were like, nope, don't say that. Say God. Say God. But the name Yah was right there in these books that we use for Bible.
So you know what the word God means to me?
It's dog backwards.
You know what God? No, it's an acronym for white people. It means gold, oil, and drugs.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the forefather. Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is that was the first time my eyes ever saw the Heavenly Father's name, but we were not permitted to say it.
I call him Yah too. Yahweh Mahaziak.
And I could never,
or my Elohim.
I could never understand why we would have books that say Yah, but we weren't allowed to say it. You know, I just found that very odd.
And Anthony, you're talking to a reformed ex Kingdom Hall participant growing up, because that's the very faith that I was born with. Unfortunately, I grew up around the Jehovah's Witness culture. Unfortunately, and it took me a very long time, even though the Most High saw me searching. It took me until this moment right here last year that he decided to go through. He decided to get me. He guided me to Truthfully Honest's channel to tell me who I really was.
Hey D, I don't mean to derail you. Did you hear about all of the Jehovah's Witness halls that are being burnt down?
Oh, I hear about them. But
I didn't hear none of them
my response,
the whole rash of Jehovah's Witness halls that are being burnt down in this country, arson.
But Lisa, I have to say that's judgment. And the reason I say it's judgment is because I finally woke up to right around 2008 that the Most High wasn't in those kingdom halls either. If anything, I'm going to say this in front of your chat and the panel right now. They're even way more wicked than the churches I heard of. And this is why they're getting their judgment too. Just imagine if I stayed lost amongst them. Right, I could have been burnt up right along with them.
Hold on, y'all. Let me share this with you because I want y'all to see these stories, because I've been looking at it for a while, but I have not done a video on it. But right here. Hold on. Let me first. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen, everybody? Give me a 1. Give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Okay, hold on. Yeah, you should be able to see it. Okay. All right, take a look at this story, y'all. Another Jehovah's Witness center has been destroyed in 9-month rash of arson attacks. So, excuse me, there are groups of people in this country going around torching these Jehovah's Witness centers across the country. And this has been going on for quite some time. Mute yourself, please. Okay. And this has been going on over a 9-month period of time. Oh, you were? Okay, I could still hear stuff. And I'm just finding it real interesting because KD is talking about Jehovah's Witnesses, and it just brought that all back to mind. It just means that the Most High is not in these church houses and centers and halls and cathedrals. He's not in there. So they're not protected. So yeah, they're going to be torched and destroyed. But this has been going on now. In fact, I started seeing the stories earlier this year. And the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosive have been doing a bunch of investigations on these Kingdom Hall attacks that are going on in the country. And believe it or not, it's not making big news at all. You would think it would, you know. But, you know, this is just reminiscent of the black church burnings. If you remember that happened. There was always black churches being burnt. So now it's the Jehovah Witness halls that are now being torched.
I'm going to go into another reason I call that judgment.
Go ahead.
This fella that goes by the name of Charles T. Russell.
Oh, yeah.
And I look at his history. His history is connected with the Freemasons, which people call the Illuminati today.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know that is full of evil. He started this way back in the 1870s. And that story you just pulled up,
mm-hmm.
the fact that he's a part of that, that's all judgment, thanks to his ties.
Yes. Absolutely. No, they still knock on my door. I wish I could say that, Taylor Green. They still come knocking around here. They never stopped.
But that's also why I had to tell Anthony and the rest of the chat, you know, my so-called spiritual history. I grew up with these folks. I know them inside and out. Even they promoted that Caesar Borgia image. As a matter of fact, I believe they pushed it harder in some ways than the church folks. Because I looked at their colorful books. It was all deception. They try to get us to accept everybody.
Right.
They tried to bind all of us into this John 3:16 lie, which I know now John 3:16 was really talking about Israel.
Right. Right. All you got to do is look at the scriptures around John 3,
Katie,
and it tells you who they're talking to. They're talking to the Israelites.
Katie, when you read John 3:16, if you back up and read if all you gotta do is look at John 3:14 and work your way back down.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You know, let's look at this.
And another thing I do is when they come up with that God so loved the world, I stop myself. What world?
Yeah, I see what both of y'all was saying. I was just saying that's how they brainwashed me to interpret 3:16, John 3:16 back then.
Your world or my world, man? Because my world ain't here yet.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because we in Esau's world, and Esau is the end of the world, and ours is the beginning of it that follows.
You know the funny thing, Anthony, the Kingdom Hall never told me that. They never showed me the Apocrypha or any part of the other Bible.
Me. The Baptist Church didn't tell me either.
Yeah, well, see, those churches are a business. They're not really in the game.
They told me don't read the Old Testament.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, they say, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness. And that's in the Old Testament.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, they won't even do Revelation in the churches anymore. They used to do it when I was growing up, but now they don't touch the book of Revelation at all.
I will say, though, to my surprise, the Kingdom Hall got two of these things right. Never celebrate holidays and never touch blood transfusions. Those are the two of the small, surprising, saving graces that I've ever learned from them. But as far as the rest of their teachings, it's built on Freemason cult.
Mm-hmm. Just like all the other religions, Catholicism too. Yeah.
Well, Lisa, all these religions, all these religions are Catholic, because even the Arabs carry around, what do they call them, rosary beads. Like crazy.
Oh yeah, I'm so glad to be out of the church. It's not even funny. I don't even miss it. I don't miss it.
But this is also exactly why, right around 2008, I woke up to their lies and I got the hell away from the Kingdom Hall, and I never looked back.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know all this nonsense about China talking about they're going to rewrite the Bible, you know, to add in Buddhism.
Yeah, they can rewrite all they want, but I know one damn thing: they're never going to get the kingdom either. As a matter of fact, they're going to be the first amongst to perish.
That's why I don't buy the newer version of the Bible, because of things like that. I don't buy the new, because you know they even got the Bible out for the gays called the Queen James Bible.
The Most High said, "There is no one beside me," so they can write all they want. They're gonna lose.
I remember when was it? It must have been like around 2006 or 7. They came out with that Queen James Bible for the gays. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't touch a new Bible written in this time for, Queen James. Look it up. Let me look it up. I'll show it to you on the screen. I'll show it to you. Hold on. This is the Bible for the gays.
I think I saw that gay thing.
Yeah, right here. See? This is the Bible that the gays have, called the Queen James Bible. You see the rainbow gay cross that they have? Yeah, this is real. And that's what they call it, the Queen James Bible.
And I used to think it was a feminist that put that together.
Right here, the Queen James Bible. And it's a Bible for gays. And yes,
they took the rainbow that the Most High gave as a symbol that he would never destroy the land with water.
Right, but they remember
and put a rainbow on the Bible. This is
but
sick.
You remember, he said they were going to pervert all of our things, our holidays, and the Bible. And that's what they've done. They've turned it into an abomination. But yes, it's a Queen James Bible for the gays. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, and they've been selling these for quite, I would say, probably well over 10 years. They've been selling this. I remember when I first saw it. I probably saw it back in around 2007. That's when I started seeing it for the first time, the Queen James Bible. Yeah.
Just for them, I mean, oh my gosh. That just lets me know that we're very close to getting back to our land with stuff like this going down.
Right. Remember, the rainbow was...
This kind of stuff right here just gives me a much more increased strength, man.
Right. Rainbow was for...
This strengthens me even more, man.
Okay, right. The rainbow was supposed to be for us to look upon and remember the covenant that we have with the Most High. That's what the rainbow was for. It was a reminder. He tells us this back in Genesis. It was never supposed to be about gays, but they have literally hijacked the rainbow.
Yeah, he said he would never use water to destroy.
No, it'll be
fire. The next time he's gonna do it with fire, like in Sodom and Gomorrah.
because fire purifies.
And guess where that fire's going to come from? Modern day Magog, which is today's Russia.
RS-28, code name Satan.
Yes. Y'all know what he's talking about, Satan. Satan. Does everybody in the comment section know what Satan is? I know what
Intercontinental ballistic missile.
Okay,
These missiles have eight nuclear warheads in each missile, capable of destroying the size of an area the size of Texas.
Size of France, size of Texas. All right. Hold on. I'm going to pull it up so y'all can see what Anthony is talking about. Y'all, this is Satan. See that? That's Satan. That is a nuclear missile that Russia has, and they have more than one. See, this is Satan, and here is Satan 2. And Satan can take out all of France. This one nuke can take out all of France, all of Texas. Okay?
And you got to remember, Russia is only 90 miles away.
Right. And remember, all they got to do is strike really in the center of the U.S., and this country will be gone. It would be nuclear fallout all over the entire country, just from a strike right in the middle of the U.S. So I don't know if you ever seen that, but that is Satan. That is Russia's missile. That's their nuclear missile. And they got a bunch of Satans. I think some of them are orange. Hold on, y'all. I've seen these before. All right. Satan 2.
And they gonna blast that ass up too. The motherfuckers ain't no museum pieces.
And they have, I even saw, let me see if I can pull up a test. There are some tests of this thing firing off on YouTube. Let me see if I can find that. Satan 2. So you can see this thing go. And it doesn't take long to travel. It is like one of these ultrasonic fast. You won't even have time to do anything. You might not even have enough time.
You won't have time to say ouch when that motherfucker pop off.
Let me see.
The
missile test for Satan.
When that damn thing detonates within 1,000th of a second, anything within a 2-mile radius is done.
Yes. Yes.
8 miles, you fucked up. 16 miles, you fucked up.
All right, let's look at this one.
Back to Fox top story. The Russians test launching a so-called Satan 3 nuclear missile. Satan 2, I'm sorry. Satan 2. They claim it can hit any target in the world, just as the Russian ambassador says relations with the United States are the worst he can ever remember. Quite a combo. Let's turn to Elena Polyakova. Sorry, Elena, a fellow in foreign policy at Brookings Institution. Is this chatter? Is it something more? Is there a way to know?
Well, I don't agree with the Russian ambassador on too many things, but I agree with him that we are in a downward spiral when it comes to U.S.-Russia relations.
Hold on. That they're not showing you the. I'm going to get another one. Let's see if we can find another, because they're just talking about it. I thought they were going to show footage. Here we go.
On Friday, Russia's Ministry of Defense released video footage of a test launch of its new intercontinental ballistic missile, the Sarmat, nicknamed Satan 2. According to CNN, the video stated the missile was launched from the Plesetsk Cosmodrome in Russia. According to Russian state-run news agency Sputnik, the launch marked the second time the missile had been successfully fired following the first test in December. CNN reports that the RS-28 Sarmat has been designed to replace the Soviet-era Voyvoda ICBM, known by the NATO as the SS-18 Satan.
Okay. Now, the reason why Russia is so much more advanced in nuclear weaponry and missiles and stuff, Russia is 1,000 years old. Okay, they're 1,000 years old. America is a baby. compared to Russia. So because they've been around for so long, they're a lot more advanced than most other countries when it comes down to missile technology. So Satan, I heard about Satan actually way back in the 90s. You know, so this missile is not new, but they have stepped it up and brought it to modern times since then. But this thing is powerful and deeply feared. If all they got to do is launch one. If they launch one on the US is done. You hear me? It's over. You are not, even if you don't get a direct hit from it, the nuclear fallout from that thing is going to wipe out millions of people.
Yeah, the residual contamination will spread all over. You'll die from.
Yeah.
So you need to be with. You need to be good with the Most High.
Well, Anthony, word also said that Babylon is going to be destroyed in 1 hour.
Trust me.
And with a fervent heat.
Right.
And we're talking about 20 million degrees on initial beta blast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that thing is not only going to take people out, it's going to wipe the trees out, it's going to wipe the animals out, everything is going to be gone.
And we're talking about a matter of milliseconds, not seconds, milliseconds.
They're going to be vaporized. Nobody ain't going to find no damn body. Okay? There ain't going to be nobody to find.
In a matter of milliseconds. It's fast.
Yes.
1,000th of a second, my brother.
Yeah.
Take 1 second and divide it by 1,000.
Yeah, you're right, Emo Jones. Doom and gloom. You got that right.
But then, as I was saying earlier, the reason you're doing the articles that you're doing is in a roundabout way to wake us up to turn right around to the Father and repent.
No, Wayward, you bring up a good point.
Before that happened, the Most High snatching us up.
Okay, now Wayward, you bring up a good point. You say they can't shoot it down. No, it cannot even be detected when it's coming, when it's on its way. That missile cannot even be detected on radar. It's very dangerous. They will not pick that thing up as it's flying over here.
And I just thought about the weaknesses of America's satellites. Even America's satellites can't even detect something like that.
That 1/3 of our people will be the only ones get to see what happened.
I mean, not just as military tech. I mean, the satellites are not even strong enough to detect that.
Right. The satellites can't pick up on it at all. They can't pick up on it at all.
Lisa, Russia and China right now are trying to find a way to shoot down our satellites.
Well, you know what, Anthony, them satellites are coming down no matter what. The Most High is going to bring every last one of them down to the ground.
No doubt. But remember, Most High said, I make the men who blow the coals that throw the arrows and the swords.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because ultimately the Most High also says he's going to gather these nations together to destroy each other.
Yeah.
They're going to bring them to Armageddon.
Yep. That's right. Just like it says in the text, Armageddon. Yeah, you know, so it is very important that you're right with the Most High, because war is coming on this earth.
The valley of decision.
War is coming, no matter whether we like hearing it or not. It's coming.
That's why I tell some of these young brothers, do not join the military, because the only way you're going to come back, if you come back at all, is in a coffin.
Well, remember, the Most High is destroying all armies. He is destroying the armies. So, no, you don't want your sons and daughters in there.
Oh, trust me, Anthony, I'm listening right loud and clear. I'm nowhere near a sign-up center.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, this
is going to be blasted first. And then the Most High coming to get all that 2/3 that will not listen. And then he's going to snatch us up and we'll be watching it like a show. We get to watch the whole show. That's how
I don't know. I mean, that might be true, but I'm going to be too busy getting beamed up in that chariot, man.
That's what I'm talking about, KD. We going to be watching the show from the chariot.
Remember, it's prophesied. We are going to get taken away, but remember, the Most High is going to be consoling us in that time because we're going to have loved ones and people still here. And he understands that. That's why he said he's going to wipe every tear, because we're going to be grieving initially. We're going to be grieving because, look, our families and some of you may not be going with your husbands and wives. Your wife or husband that's non-believing may be stuck here.
Lisa.
You're going to go. So we're going to go through a grieving period where he says he's going to comfort us after we part from here.
Lisa, there's 3 songs. Lisa, there is one song that I'm thinking about right now, and it's from Parliament Funkadelic. And the words go, swing down, sweet chariot, stop and let me ride.
That's the Negro spiritual. Yeah, that's the Negro spiritual right
Ain't
there.
that lovely?
You saw a mushroom cloud over Florida. Now, I wouldn't be surprised about that. Yeah, we're gonna feel emotions, and he knows it. That's why he said he's going to comfort us. It is going to be a shock. You're being taken away, and all the people that you're around, they're going to be here. They're not going to be taken away along with you.
Lisa, I ask the Most High every night and every day to forgive my mother, my father, my forefather, his fathers, and all the way back to the ones that messed up.
There's not a day goes by.
And I pray for vengeance against my enemies. That's how I do it.
There's not a day that goes by that I don't think and pray and think of my mother and father. Of course, my father that got burnt up by an apartment building in Ohio, and my mother that sadly passed away paralyzed. It's not a day that goes by that I don't think about them.
Yeah. I mean, we can, we're going to pray for our people, but the ultimate choice is on the Most High. I have grown to accept that everyone in my family will not be going, and I accept it. But I will not let them keep me out of the kingdom. I will not allow that.
Ultimately, yes, you are absolutely correct, Lisa. Even they have to work out their own salvation too.
Absolutely. Well, y'all, we're going to conclude this hangout. It was a joy being on here with Anthony and KD as usual. And those of you that have been following me on my secondary channel, I'm going to be doing a hangout, and we're going to be covering the book of Maccabees tomorrow. So any of you that would like to join, by all means, come on over and join us.
Oh, I definitely enjoyed myself, Lisa. I'm glad to be back next time.
Yeah, well, we'll be back together tomorrow, laughing at Alex.
Make sure I'm there.
Okay. Okay.
And I will be there.
And
yeah, actually, I got tomorrow off, so that makes it even better. So I get a 2 treat.
I'm already reading the Maccabees.
We'll come together and we'll laugh at Alexander's gay ass. The book of Maccabee, those of you that never read it before, the Edomites actually took that out of the Bible because it spoke so much truth about them.
It lets us know who they really are.
Yes.
Yeah, and the Maccabees is also a part of the what we call the Apocrypha.
Yes.
Yeah, I got that Apocrypha right here next to me.
Thank you, Magic City Photography. Thank you. Thank you. All right, y'all.
Thank you, Lisa. All praises. Shalom, everybody. Shalom, KD. Shalom, everybody.
Shalom, family. Shalom, Lisa, the entire royal family in chat.
Yes. All right, y'all. Until tomorrow, look out for my hangout, and I welcome as many of you as possible to come and join us. And on that note, y'all, Shabbat Shalom.